How's it going, nerds around the world? It is Paul English here. I'm joined by Mike Ulick from Geeks Out. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing just fine. Quick thoughts on a news story that just popped up today.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, so yes, as big news story dropped today involving one of our childhood icons taken up. Won't take too much time here, but we just wanted to get on the air and talk about this news. So, Mike, what is the news?
The news exclusive from Reuters posted 8 a.m. this morning. Hasbro is going to acquire Power Rangers and a few other franchises from Saban for the tune of $520 million in cash and stock.
Woo! That ain't chump change. I mean,
Yep.
It's not Disney buying Fox or anything, but it ain't chump change either.
Well, it's not even Disney buying. How much did they buy? Did they buy Power Rangers for? It was like 1.3 billion, I think.
I don't remember that. That was so long ago.
Yeah, and then they sold it back for a little bit less.
Yeah. So well that thing is I mean I don't really know what to make of this. I mean, going through like the different eras that Power Rangers has gone through. Obviously, the first Saban era, which was Mighty Morphin through Time Force. I mean, aside from Turbo, all those seasons were amazing. And you get to the Disney era, there were some good seasons. There were also some really bad ones. Then you got the Neo Saban era, which I mean, the first two, Samurai and Megaforce, they sucked. Dino Charge, I friggin' loved. I don't know about you, Mike. I friggin' love Dino Charge.
I never got into Dino Charge. I started watching the Sentai version and never really clicked with me.
All right, well, I thoroughly enjoyed Dino Charge. It's on Netflix if you want to check it out. I thought it was a vast improvement over the previous two. And then as far as Ninja Steel's going on, I know the first season's on Netflix. I've only gotten one episode in, and nothing yet, but I mean, it's only the first episode, so give it a chance. So I don't know. I know that, Hasbro has said that, they're committed to, bringing Power Rangers back to its former glory, whatever that means. I don't know. I suppose only time will tell what they do with it. So, Mike, what do you think about this? Power Rangers now has its third owner.
I do. It does, but I actually have some. I'm actually looking forward to this a little bit. I mean, obviously, Saban came out with the Power Rangers movie last year, which you and I loved.
Absolutely,
I thought it was fantastic, and it was your favorite movie of the year, actually.
That it absolutely was. This move that I said it on the on our review of it and on our favorite movies of last year. That movie was better than it had any right to be.
Absolutely.
So I kept holding out hope against hope that there would be a sequel to it, and there may still be, but just not looking good.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I forget what the exact budget of the movie was, but it only made about 142 million worldwide.
The budget was 100 million. I think it said so in that article. The budget was 100 million, and it made 142 million worldwide. Though I think it also said most of that 142 million did come from the U.S. So domestically, it did very well. It's just around the world that it bombed.
Yeah, which is kind of shocking because they also completely tanked in Japan, which
they make Power Rangers, so it's kind of unusual.
Yeah. So I mean, that was a disappointing box office. So that honestly, I think if the movie had made like 300, 400, 500 million, we're not having this conversation right now.
Yeah.
But my also the reason I'm looking forward to it though is that I mean, recently Hasbro has pretty much put both feet in on getting into the movie game. I mean, they've got the Transformers movie that's giving them money, but they've announced that they want to do like a Rom the Space Knight movie. They want to reboot G.I. Joe. They just announced the Mask movie last week, which I cannot wait for. So Hasbro is all in on trying to get a kind of like almost a Hasbro shared universe going. They want I mean, yeah, everyone. Jeez, what the?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Gone weird. Sorry about that, folks. Since we're still on,
Yeah.
fucking YouTube broadcast. I hate this thing so much. All right. So you were talking. So Mike, you were talking about Hasbro jumping in full on with the movie business.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah, I mean, everyone's got their shared universe now, and everyone's trying. Well, everyone wants to get a shared universe because of the Marvel. But I'm thinking, I mean, Transformers is not all that far off from Power Rangers.
Yeah, I know. I'm just I'm getting this like no, I'm sorry. I don't want to see the Transformers talking to Megazords. Okay, if I see Optimus Prime thinking that the Megazord is a legit sentient robot, making jokes like, "Hey, how come you're not talking?" I'm shuddering at the thought of it.
But if that's the only way we get to see Power Rangers on the screen again,
no.
Besides, I think try to push the Michael Bay Transformer movies out of your mind. I know it's hard. But just think about like the Megazord fighting side by side with what was that city Transformer?
I don't.
Okay. Well, it was it was like the Autobot city that turned into a giant robot. It's fighting side by side with that. I mean, that could be cool.
Yeah.
But that being said,
they need to boot Michael Bay from it, though.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I mean they need to boot Michael Bay from all of Hollywood, for as far as I'm concerned.
True. Very true.
But the fact is, Hasbro wants to get into the movie business, and now they have a property that translates pretty good onto movies.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
And I mean, they've got My Little Pony on TV as well, and that's been it's a lot more popular than it has any right to be.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, if they are all in on the media business, and if that means bringing in Power Rangers, I think they could make it work.
Okay, all right. So, I suppose my next question will be this. I know that when Disney bought Power Rangers back in 2001, I know Saban had been in pre-production for Wild Force. I've read that like a similar situation is going on right now based on reports that an announcement that I read about a week ago that Power Rangers was casting for new actors to play the Rangers for the upcoming series Beast Morphers, and that's what it's going to be. The next season going to go Power Rangers Beast Morphers. So, which leads me to believe that this show's in pre-production already. I would assume that Ninja Super Skill, whatever the second season, is either already wrapped filming or they're close to it, and they're casting for the next season. So my question is, do you think Hasbro is just going to continue that, or will they try with like another season to try to adapt another Super Sentai season to TV? Because I know that now Power Rangers like a few years behind Super Sentai.
I mean the Sentai that they're trying to adapt right now is hold on, I've got some of the episodes downloaded actually. Juonger. Is it? No. Yeah. Dobutsu Sentai Juonger. Okay. And it is all about animals in cubes and all that. So yeah, they're about one or two seasons behind. Not. I would say if most of the work has been done and it's already been cast, and maybe they don't have to do a whole lot because most of the footage has already been filmed in Sentai version.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they continue with that, because plus that also gives them more toys to sell,
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
true.
still Hasbro.
Yeah, of course.
But so yeah, I mean, like Disney, they just kept going with what they had. I suspect Hasbro was probably going to do the same thing, but I mean, you don't pay 500 plus million for a franchise and not try to do something more with it.
I mean, Disney kind of did this. Disney kind of did that. I mean, when they bought Power Rangers, even though they continued Wild Force, their plan was actually to cancel the show and just show the old reruns in syndication. The only reason they made new seasons was because they discovered that if they moved location to New Zealand for principal shooting, they could save money. I mean, I
Okay.
don't know. And from
Well, I
what you
mean,
just said, Disney paid over $1 billion for it.
yeah, well, yeah, I need to look that up again, but um, I mean, it's really hard to say. That I do think that they can that Hasbro wants the right now they're trying to consolidate. They're trying to get as many properties as they can to build up a media presence. They want to be the next Marvel because Marvel they got that alone. They started with Iron Man and then they went to the stratosphere. Hasbro wants to do the same thing. Right now they're a toy company. They want to be a multimedia company, and getting Power Rangers is just another Lego piece in their bricks.
That's true. That's
Even though
true.
they don't own Lego, so that was a bad. So I went in the wrong place where there.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right. I mean, I don't really have too much more to add to that. I guess all we can really do is just hope and see, wait, and hope for the best. Really, that Hasbro has the best intentions for this franchise. I mean, it's been going on for 25 years, and I certainly wouldn't object to it going on for another 25. Would you?
Absolutely not. I mean, I don't always keep up to date, but I am glad that it's still around because it's the Power Rangers. It's something that I was glad I had when I was growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't want to see kids growing up and saying, "What are Power Rangers?" I don't want to see that ever.
All right, guys. So that'll wrap up this really short hangout. Like I said, we just wanted to talk about this big news and give our thoughts about it. So, Mike, it was a pleasure talking to you about this.
Hey, same here. I can't do it in Geek Salad because no one there likes Power Rangers nearly as much as I or you do.
Hmm.
So,
All right. Guys, real quick before we do wrap up, since he wasn't here to join us, Mike, why don't you give us super quick thoughts about Infinity War? I mean, I know we saw it together, but you weren't here for our show. What did you think?
oh, I loved it. I saw it. Yeah, I saw it once with Geek Salad. I saw it once with you and Eric, and I thought it was fantastic. It was even better the second time because I wasn't just swept up in the awe and then the shock of
Hmm.
that movie. It is a shocking movie. I won't say anything more. But yeah, it was fantastic, and it just makes me all the more eager to see. Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp, obviously, but even more so, I cannot wait for Captain Marvel, and
Oh,
I am foaming at the mouth for Avengers 4.
oh, I think everyone is. All right. Well, I hope to see you next week on the show, Mike, and I hope to see you guys watching it. We'll see if we're back on the main channel. Not, but we'll see you on this one. So, have a great day, guys. Bye bye.
Good night.